grade A, double A, extra large, large, medium. That's what we see in the grocery store. But what does it mean? And why do we need those markings? To find out, let's take a look at today's egg business and see how eggs get from the hen to you. Modern egg production and packing is a big business and a very efficient one. Here, in a typical egg-producing facility, there are 270,000 working hens, 9 houses, each holding 30,000 birds. This breed of chickens lays a white-shelled egg. Some other breeds lay eggs with brown shells. Contrary to myth, there is no other difference between white and brown eggs, in quality, in nutrition, in taste, or in anything else. This modern plant holds the hen's working life to about 13 months. In that time, she is expected to lay some 250 eggs. Then the whole flock will be replaced by a new young flock, which, in its turn, will go through a 13-month laying cycle. The laying hens are shipped here from pullet farms at about 20 weeks of age. The pullet farm, typically, is a separate business in itself, devoted just to the production of laying hens. Another separate business is the production of feed. Proper nutrition for the laying hens is important for high-quality egg production. The feed, brought here in bulk tank trucks, is pumped into holding bins at the laying houses. Each of the 180 tons of feed consumed here weekly has been computer balanced by the feed company for correct nutritional content. Like any other business, the egg business these days takes a lot of paperwork. Records on production, feeding, culling, costs, profits or losses. A far cry from the days when the farm wife kept a few hens for egg money. And in this production facility, no one gathers eggs. It's all mechanized. Each egg is on its way to packaging only moments after it's laid. Here, the conveyor belts in each laying house feed onto a main conveyor or gathering line. As the eggs make the transfer, they're counted. On an average day, some 10 to 13,000 dozen eggs are funneled from each laying house into the processing plant. Once there, they're less than a half hour away from final packaging. The first step in the processing line is a sorting area, where eggs with broken shells are removed. Then they go into the egg washer, where they're thoroughly cleaned and sanitized. Next comes a most important operation, mask handling. Only clean, sound, high-quality eggs are permitted to move through. Workers remove those with checks or cracks in the shell, those with odd-shaped or rough shells, as well as eggs with blood or meat spots or stains on the shell. In a modern, closely controlled operation like this, it is possible to produce uniformly high-quality eggs. Only the defective ones need be removed. The rest will measure up to the U.S. Department of Agriculture's quality standards for grade A or AA. The sizes will vary, however. That's because hens at the beginning of their egg-laying career will lay small eggs, then progressively larger eggs until, by the time they're retired, they may be laying mostly extra-large eggs and sometimes even jumbo. Sizing, too, is done by machinery. As the eggs travel onto the scale, the heavier ones, like the jumbos and extra-large, trip the scales first. Each egg, really, is weighed individually. When it trips the proper scale, off it goes into its correct packing line. Eggs are packed according to 6 official U.S. Department of Agriculture weight classes, based on minimum weights per dozen. Jumbos, which weigh 30 ounces per dozen. Extra large, which weigh 27 ounces per dozen. Large, the most commonly seen size, which weigh 24 ounces per dozen. That's 1.5 pounds. Medium, which weigh 21 ounces a dozen. Small, which weigh 18 ounces per dozen. And finally, peewee, which weigh 15 ounces per dozen. The sizes you're most likely to see in the grocery store are extra large, large, and medium. Now the eggs are packed into the cartons you see in the store. Again, it's all automatic. Then it's off to a refrigerated holding room to await shipment to market. The whole process, from hen to the cooler, has taken less than an hour. But the eggs are not quite ready for shipment yet. There's one more step. This plant uses the U.S. Department of Agriculture egg grading service. This service is voluntary, and plants using it pay a fee to cover the cost. When plants use this service, the grader makes careful checks of plant sanitation and operating procedures. He'll make sure that the eggs have been cooled to the proper temperature. And he will check not only the temperature of the cooling room, but also its humidity, since both are important in maintaining the high quality of the eggs. From here to when you take the eggs from the grocer's refrigerated case, perhaps within 24 hours of the time they were laid, they will be kept cool. That's the secret of maintaining the quality. The USDA grader checks the quality and weight of representative samples of this lot of eggs to make sure that they measure up to the words on the label, U.S. grade A or AA, large, medium, or small. The USDA grader checks the interior quality of the eggs by looking at them through a candling light. Once all eggs were candled this way, but the mass scanner has replaced this procedure, except for the checking performed by the grader. The grader can tell a lot by looking at the egg this way: the size of the air cell, the condition of the yolk, the thickness of the white. All of these things tell him the quality of the egg. With the eggs broken out, you can see what the grader sees, what high-quality eggs look like. On the left is a U.S. grade AA egg, and on the right is a U.S. grade A. Both have the high, well-rounded yolk and the thick, upstanding white that mean high quality. The white spreads out very little. These are the kind you want to use for frying and poaching. You don't see many grade B eggs for sale at retail anymore. Although just as nutritious as the higher grades, the grade B egg has a flatter yolk, and the white is not as thick. it spreads out over a greater area. Most grade B and other undergrade eggs go to egg processing plants, and they're eventually used in products like mayonnaise, noodles, and baked goods. The white material you often see in fresh eggs is called the chalaza cord. It anchors the yolk in place and is a natural and normal part of the egg. The grader checks the egg weights on a highly accurate scale to make sure that carton markings are correct. The weight of the egg does not relate to its quality. You can buy grade A or AA eggs in any size. Contrary to popular belief, bigger does not mean better. Large eggs can be low quality too. When you see this grade shield, you will know that the quality and the size marked on the carton have been certified by a USDA grader. Look for it the next time you're shopping.